once again delivering another incredibly good result for us and our VIP members. Stock that has been incredibly profitable since 2020. If you have been following us long enough in this channel, you know how much we have been trading ZIP. With BGS 20 target reached, target 1 reached, the question is, what is the next target? Should we sell and buy back later on? What is our projection? We're going to be looking in detail using what we call multidimensional trading approach that involves technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and macroeconomic outlook input into the stock, into the company, into the sector. That's what we're going to be doing. And then we're going to take a decision whether we should buy more, and if we buy more, where should be the entry point, and what's the next target. By the way, today I'm very excited to share some great results with our VP members. We managed to lock in Bubs Australia once again at 23% profit. We decided to sell as the market is high and is just a little more than 2 months of trading, holding this stock. And also, once again, this is a really good one, Mineral Resources Australia, MIN, another stock that we have been doing recurrent trades. So we trade there for 22% pretty much a month ago. And then we bought just a week ago, Mineral Resources around $19.50. And today we decided to sell. We decided to sell at $25, $24.90 to be exactly, and we will be buy again if it falls under $20 again. So let's see if that happens. So let's keep going with ZIP. My name is Les, I'm Chief Analyst of BG Trading Australia. I would like to remind you this video is not a financial advice, just as from BG Trading, sharing with you how we apply our strategies to chase 20 to 40% profit or more with very tight stop losses together with our VIP members. So if you're interested into our VIP membership program, now is the time. We are running end of financial year offer that ends 30th of June. Take a look at the link below. You're going to have access to all our online trading courses if you want a 24-month plan. If you go to 12-month plan, you're going to have access to free of charge to our up trading course. Learn all about technical analysis that we use for BG trading. Also, we'll be able to chat with the analysts, and for 12 months, we're going to be putting extra 6 months free of charge for you. So you pay 12 and get 18 months, 24-month plan. You will pay 24 and you will get 36. Also access to all our trading courses. Time is now. And remember, our subscription is tax deductible. So you can, if you are classified as a trader, you can claim that as deduction in your tax return. So it's a great time to turn your tax bill into a subscription and get knowledge, because knowledge is power. Now, let's jump straight into the fundamental view of ZIP. I'm only going to be discussing the new updates. So yesterday, the company has released an upgraded cash EBITDA and the guidance for FY25. FY25 that will report that probably is only 2 months away from being released in the market. But this upgraded cash EBITDA give us some good indication what the net profitability could be. And I took the liberty to make some projections here. So we have a conservative projection of what we call projected net profitability for FY25. I'd like to remind you that last financial year, the net profit after tax for ZIP was $5.7 million, which was a huge leap from $329 million loss in FY23. So FY24 became profitable once again. Now, according to our projection here, okay, with the Cash EBITDA increasing by 80% year on year as per the latest update. We are expecting the net profitability for ZIP in FY25, just a couple of months away from now, to be anything between 19 to 24 million dollars. That would be our sort of a base case here. And that represents 233 to 321% growth on a net profitability year on year. If that happens, then I'm pretty sure ZIP will keep going up, right? Now, obviously, that if no surprises comes along the way, like acquisitions or any stupid regulation, they could directly affect ZIP in this sense. Then I have a couple different estimations here. Apart from the base case. So the conservative, assuming the net profit margins of 6%, which I don't think is going to be, because that would be worse than last year. We are talking about projected net profit after tax of $9.6 million, which is pretty much about 80% increase from last financial year. And then the base case, if assuming the net profit margin is pretty much the same of last year, we'll be looking at $13.2 million net profit after tax. Okay, this is all base case scenario. Now, what we think is going to happen based on the assumption and the detail that we had in the last quarter results that we have been receiving, and the half a year result that we received in February, is that assuming the net profit margin after tax is around 12%, then that's when we go all the way up to $19.2 million net profit after tax for the full year. That's a projection. And then obviously the bullish case, the exceptional gains, is that if the lower interest rate already reflecting on this financial year, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, and also some tax advantage. So potentially we will see a 15% NPAT margin, which represents $24 million net profit after tax for this financial year. So again, I would be very confident that ZIP will reach around this sort of level here, $19 million net profit after tax, which in the worst case, in my projection, if everything goes according to the plan, means 233% growth year on year. That's huge. That's really positive, and that's exactly what fund managers and institutional investors like when they are positioning themselves into a particular stock. Now, another thing is the inflation came is likely lower than expected in US, which opens a gap for Fed to cut rates at least one more time this year. Knowing that RBA will cut more rates this year, the market's pricing 80% chance that's going to happen. Obviously, there's no guarantees in the market. So that all lines up into a very positive outlook, macro outlook for companies like ZIP, Block, and many other buy now players that are heavy in US and in Australia. So all positive from these two pillars of our multidimensional trading approach. Now, let's talk about technical analysis. That's what everyone likes, okay? But remember one thing. If the fundamentals don't improve from whatever companies you are analyzing, the technical analysis becomes kind of only 33% of what we analyze here with our VP members. Technical analysis by itself is only 33% from all our decision making. Okay, that's what makes BG trading so accurate in many instances. Okay, obviously we don't get right all the time. Last week I posted a video about some stop losses that we had along the way, but that's why we have stop losses, to protect our capital in case the market turns into undesirable direction. Now, let's start again refreshing our knowledge from last time. So remember back in later 2023 and all through 2024, ZIP has had a remarkable rally, right? Through this rally, somewhere around August, so that we start having, if you look at RSI, start forming what we call bearish divergence. And if you watch my videos since last year, you know that in October, in November, I raised a really big red flag about ZIP. Not only because we have been very profitable last year as well, not just this year, but because the chart was forming in such a way that was suggesting a potential correction. And in fact, wasn't only a correction, but it became a downtrend, right? So luckily, we follow our strategy, and we didn't trade ZIP during that time. In fact, we traded once and we took one stop loss, which wasn't much anyway. But then we only bought heavy again in ZIP when we saw this this breakout of the downtrend on the RSI becomes bullish. That was the first time we have seen in many times the RSI was reaching this downtrend line there, that we had the breakout. And then that suggests me that we were changing the direction, right, from bearish into a what we say consolidation phase. And that was exactly what happens, consolidation phase. I didn't say that was bullish yet, wasn't in a bull trend again, but in consolidation phase. But yesterday, with the release of this cash EBITDA guidance upgrade, then became ZIP finally entered. I'm not saying that actually became bullish, but entered into a bullish territory of the chart. So you see, so when the stock, in this case ZIP, is trading under this pink line, which is the SMA 250, there was still in downtrend, still in consolidation. But then yesterday it has finally broke through this SMA 250, and it stayed there. There was no reversal today, which suggests that ZIP will keep going up, keep moving up. Once again, obviously, if there's no surprises in the market, but essentially, I'm very confident that we will achieve what is our next target, and that's answering the question of this video. Our next target to the long-term target at $3.36. That's our long-term target, right? So if we obviously, if you haven't bought yet, I think you kind of missed the boat a little bit. It gets a little bit dangerous once it goes a little bit too far. It's about 13% above the long-term moving average, which suggests entering into a FOMO level, which we normally avoid. But if you're looking at buying again, and again, this is not a financial advice, it's just my opinion based on the chart formation. If I was looking to buy, I would be looking at buying once ZIP tests the pink line again, the SMA 250, which is currently sitting around $2.31. $2.31, that's where I would be buying, $2.31 or below. But because we are holding and we're talking pretty much with holders now here, right? Then obviously the next target is indeed the last year's hypothetical resistance level, which is sitting right here at $3.36. So, and we just placed the target a little bit under this resistance level, so we can get our stock sold just before. Now, what's beyond this target, right? So if my projections of net profitability for ZIP are correct, if ZIP indeed delivers about $19 to $24 million in net profit after tax, I suspect I suspect, and it wouldn't surprise me to see ZIP around $4 to $5, breaking to new highs. In fact, in my opinion, ZIP should be already above $3 as we speak, but it's just lag behind for some reason. You know, maybe the market was waiting for yesterday's guidance confirmation. But based on all the three elements that forms a multidimensional trading approach, I would say next target 339, and then most likely we will have a little bit of resistance here, but I would be expecting a breakout towards $4 and potentially even $5 within the next 3 months, especially if the report delivers our projection. That's what we gotta be watching, guys, whether the report will deliver our projection. Well, that's ZIP. If you have any questions, please place at the comments below. And remember, end of financial year offer is still on until 30th of June. Use this opportunity, turn tax bill into knowledge. That's all I can tell you. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.